Now Steven Gostkowski on for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7. Here's the Jaguar now as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. A look at the offense now coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked so well, and maybe try and find one of those special plays.
With the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Yep, what's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? Ty?
On the carry, here's Smith. And he powers his way up past the 30. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. So following the run, we'll see what they do here on 3rd down.
You're already tripping. Already.
Back to throw.
He's
incomplete as he got popped as he was
but last time I didn't go
the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot, but they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. And the play clock's running down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for Tennessee. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
That man
Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Pulling on first down is Brady. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
And there's a good opportunity to just went awry there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
A 2nd down carry.
Get that. Oh, my fucking God.
He cuts it.
Oh, my gosh. Lucky
But a
motherfucker.
teammate comes along and scoops it up. Almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy
Lucky
doesn't get him home, the
motherfucker,
next guy comes
man.
through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Lucky motherfucker.
They go play action here on first down.
Oh,
And nearly
catch that,
another
baby.
interception.
Whatever your
They've
name
been around the
is.
ball all game.
Well, an incomplete pass certainly doesn't look like a good play. For the guy throwing it today, as many interceptions he's thrown, he's got to feel a sigh of relief that the ball actually hit the ground and didn't go in the other direction.
Second down here after the incomplete pass.
20.
Brady to throw on second down. James is going to and a nice gain of 21 yards.
I've got to make sure that I don't take Tom Brady's greatness for granted, that we make it routine. How about that throw right there?
Yeah.
Another great completion.
And you know one area where he honed his throwing? He was a catcher in high school. He was actually drafted by the Expos in 1995 in the 18th round.
Wow, that would have been something to see him.
Got him.
And my goodness, another interception. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And on that one with 6 defensive backs, did he need to be more careful throwing the football? I mean, I guess obviously in hindsight he did, but...
Yeah, hindsight, but even in foresight, when you got 6 defensive backs on the field, you just know you're going to get multiple coverages. You're never sure what you're going to see. But the biggest one is you don't have much reaction time for your receivers to go get the football because those guys, they're the best cover guys on the field. They go get it. And on that play, they took it the other way for 6 points.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Now a play fake. Brady finding time.
Oh,
he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
Looking back to the air on second down. It's Brady. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And now here is another interception. Brian Dawkins, the safety, with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity.
And that's caught inside the 35. A gain of 32 that time.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
Back now in Jacksonville. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Completed pass on second down. Now it's 3rd down as the defense looks for the stop. They'll look to throw here. And he's got Moncrief. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
But we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
On the ground, this is Smith. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
And there it was right in front of us. Today's NFL, these guys nowadays, they don't just eat up space. They try and get upfield and make plays in the backfield.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. They go back to the air here after the INT. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the second half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it. Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's 2nd down. Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's 2nd and long. Brady going to throw. And this one caught by Cameron Brate. And he's brought down after a good gain. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Throwing on first down is Brady. Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. It'll go as a gain of 10 there. And the Jags are going to have a first down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So the offense has it 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. Now a desperation throw. And my goodness, another interception. Brian Dawkins, the safety with a pick. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Out come the Titans now. They come into enemy territory, and I don't care what the matchup is in the National Football League. You're up like this late in the game on the road. This feels pretty good.
Oh, it feels fantastic. Anytime you get a road victory in the NFL, that's a big-time accomplishment, and to do it this convincingly, that just tears up the script that every home team has, which is nobody comes into our house and pushes us around. They took care of business today.
Yeah, they pushed around, and now the final stages of this one. And I think the ball's out, and Davis with it left side.
And I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule. where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not their friend.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well. It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's got time. Going deep, and that's caught inside the 30. They chalk that one up as a gain of 34 on 3rd down.
And they just had another big completion there, and I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
It's the age-old argument. Then you could say on the other side, if you're going to get angry about it, stop it, right?
Go ahead and stop me. And I think a lot of the times they just look at it like, let's just play the game. And however it turns out, it turns out.
And now they're in the hurry-up. And they'll run it here. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be, but we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then. In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. And, well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. And he'll try and throw here on the fake. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Deion Sanders, the Hall of Famer, with a pick. And now out come the Jags. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Brady will try again on 2nd down. And now a fumble. Brady loses the football. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score. And a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower post-game. The point after try for Gostkowski. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. And barring something unforeseen, this will be the last play of the game. One final try now for Brady. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. But, Charles, it's great to win it.
Nobody gonna get hurt though. That is a major turnaround though. Man, that was like 4 first-round picks. Hey, we did it with 2, so I know they can do it before. And they still got some next year too. Shit. They alright. They gonna turn around. It's about coaching. You know? That's about how we want to
He also said about quarterbacks, he was asked in particular about Christian Hackenberg. And guys, he said he's got to get rid of the ball in 7-on-7 quicker. There were times when Christian Hackenberg decided to tuck it and run. Christian's right behind me, I'm being told, so there he is. And who knows what we're talking about it. But he did tuck it and run a couple times, which isn't the worst thing in the world. Bowles just wants to be decisive in doing it, guys. But I followed up and asked him.
Charles and I settled here in the booth. This should be a fun one. Madden Ultimate Team matchup as you get a look at some of the stars here of today's game. Let's get right to it. Here's the Redskins now as their kick unit will send this one away. This is taken near the 13. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
No. Okay, no. Not signing autographs. No, signing autographs for little kids. Okay? Hey, would you tell us what you thought of the quarterbacks? Listen, I'm not going to disappoint any of you. autograph might be worth something down the road. And listen, to be fair, obviously, potholes is what provided the analysis. Charlie, you said it earlier as well. Right. That from what you saw, that Chris Hacker getting the ball out a little bit faster, and what you saw as well, Josh McCown looked like a veteran guy who clearly knows where he's going with the football. That's why they put him here. Right, and again, you haven't even got to the first preseason right yet. And that's when you're going to really begin to see progress with the different players, the game plan put in. Again, when you look at Christian Hacker, he has all the talent. He's a big guy, strong arms, tough guy, good work ethic. This is really a rookie year for him. He's starting over with a new system and a new coach. You see big-time ability. You see the home run hitter. Now we just got to see if he can get it.
So, if he doesn't push on, let's say Josh McCown doesn't push on, which is teams will increase expectation. At what point, Charlie, as an organization, do you say we've got to to see this? We have to expect a second round pick. And you're ready to go. You can't get it. But you have to.
They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Over the middle, that's caught by Rice. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. A good, safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Simple slant route, and it works to perfection.
And when you're a big-bodied receiver, you use it like it's a basketball play. Body the defender away and catch the football.
It's a gain of 5 on the play. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So second and medium, 2nd and 5 now.
Let's go!
He'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Slants are so tough to cover because everything happens so fast. But sometimes it happens too fast for the guy catching the ball because all of his movements have to be quick off the line of scrimmage, and then all of a sudden the ball's right on top of you. And maybe he got a little bit ahead of himself there.
Yeah, a lot of times coming in with good pace, and he dropped it. Now the offense in that middle ground here on 3rd down, 3rd and 5. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And it appears they'll go for it here on 4th down. A big call on the game's opening drive.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And throw right side complete to Parker. They'll get 16 yards there. And the Redskins are going to get a 1st down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. Now a handoff here to his running back. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That was a really nice play, to be able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
He filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And his This throw's going to be incomplete. Devontae Parker was the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the 2nd down incompletion. On play action, they'll throw. And he's got Moncrief. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
Love the call by the offensive coordinator, recognizing the situation very well, calling for the play-action pass, and completing it.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Shift together here from the D-line. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
Oh,
and he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
Preparation.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. So 3rd and goal. The defense in the dime.
Can still bring pressure.
Now a shotgun snap is, and this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. Devontae Parker from 3 yards out. And the Redskins have taken a first quarter lead. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. And now out comes Minnesota. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned it to 6 points. So they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. This is caught by Antonio Brown.
I tried to go for the script. I should have went for the tackle.
A gain of 31. A good grab there by the former Central Michigan man, Antonio Brown.
And he ate up some real estate on the catch, too, didn't he? I think the most impressive part of it, though, if there's a chance for him to get the football, even though he was covered well, he somehow finds a way to get it.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Rice. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play.
Yeah,
if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
in the red zone this time. Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
Oh, he's still
It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Antonio Brown from 6 yards away. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. Boy, tie game, first quarter, but still they're going to go with the onside kick. And this is going to be covered up by the Redskins. So an onside kick fail in the first quarter. Not sure I completely see the logic there.
It's not apparent, is it? You almost have to go deeper, I think, and maybe if we try and work along with them and speculate a little bit here, they must feel like they need to steal possessions in this game. And maybe they don't match up possession for possession with the opposite team. They've got to steal it and try and gain an advantage. And they tried. They just didn't get it done.
Time running out here on the play clock. They'll run it now with Smith. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Back live, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Redskin football to begin quarter number 2. They've got a second down at 5 here to start things out. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They come up in an offset eye. And to give this time to the tailback. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play. And just like that, it's third down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Now they'll run it on the toss.
Oh,
he'll be taken down at the 34. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1.
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot. And on that play, they were able to stop them short of a first down.
Would have been a decently long field goal, 51 yards from here, but instead they're going to go for it. And the wideout in motion. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. The fullback dive held up short. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. And now out comes Minnesota. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Forced out to his left. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second and a foot or so.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
So incomplete on second down. Now they'll look to convert here on third. One receiver left, two to the right. On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Give him 8 yards on the play, and they pick up the first.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
They'll look to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. Back to more NFL action on EA Sports after this. And a long way to go for the offense here on second down. Looking to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
And the play clock running down, so Mike Tomlin burns a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
But there was no trace of nervousness there. He was able to diagnose that play from his linebacker position, stay in excellent coverage, and bat the ball away.
And now they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14. Back to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And he's got Rome. A great read, and it's picked off. And now nothing but green ahead of him. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Redskins touchdown. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
And now out comes Minnesota. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's got time in the pocket. Throw left side, completion to Rice. Give him 16 on the pickup, and that leads to a Minnesota first down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Back to throw now on first down. That'll be caught by Rice. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Simple slant route, and partner, really nice hard throw by the quarterback.
Nice timing between the quarterback and the receiver. They were perfectly in sync, and he put it right on him on the inside route.
And he's got some space here. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first. Second down, they need less than a yard to pick up the first. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. He'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Sam Madison. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. Surveying the field. He's going to float this one deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 35.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the rookie.
Well, another one bites the dust. Your pair has conceded the game. He didn't think I was going to throw that bitch from down there because I was so deep. I was on my one. Shit, that's Brett Falls, man. I'm putting that bitch up my tight end, too. Tight end on the linebacker, one-on-one. What's up? Up the way. I done won 5 straight. I was getting my ass whooped at first. I was too sleepy. I should have got off last night. I lost 3 in a row. I was so sleepy. That shit was crazy. Woke up this morning and been whooping ass. I'm playing at 3-4 too. I'm surprised. I ain't played at 3-4 in so long. Damn, I ain't played at 3-4 in a long time.
And now we get a peek at some of the top players here for this Madden Ultimate Team matchup. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis ready to go in the booth. We hope you're ready to go at the controls. Let's play.
Oh, I know he got 2 corners. Oh, that's for sure.
There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
On NFL, 8 o'clock Eastern time kickoff, by the way, tonight in Canton, Ohio, 2017 Pro Football Hall of Fame game. The Cowboys and Tyrann Mathieu and the Cardinals were back suggestion. And just, you know, Zeke it or whoever, you know, put the mic on the front side. Let you take the front side, mic on the mic, whoever it is. So far, that's that'll be the #1 suggestion of the year. You're out in front, and I'd say pretty comfortable lead on that.
Yeah, true.
Go up and get it, Chad Johnson.
We're
Just
going
take it
far
away.
wide.
Go up and get it. Look, these receivers are just taking it away from you. We saw that last year. Press it. These guys jump around too much. There's going to be space in here. Okay? There's going to be space. You've got to get your pads down and get pads down, man. And punch it right in there. You with me? See a guy punch it. Right? Pads down and punch it.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. On play action, now Brady. Complete, he finds Brady. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
And they'll go on the ground. Trucks through him.
Oh, man, right through him.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Hey, got 3, 20.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
I once had a defensive player in the NFL tell me, if I beat and dominate the guy across from me, I'm helping my team. Well, winning one-on-one battles is always a part of the game, but when you have good team defense, as we just saw there, one broken tackle, but he didn't get away because the rest of the guys arrived to put him on the ground. A nickel set shown by the Titans on 3rd down.
Thinking pass. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. He loses 5 full yards to bring up 4th. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a 1st down.
This is taken at about the 14. We'll call that a 49-yard punt, but a net of just 39 following the 10-yard return. And it'll be Titan football. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And the reception made by Dante Moncrief. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line.
And when an offense is doing a nice job selling the play-action pass, a lot of responsibility shifts to the linebackers. They're the ones that have to determine run or pass and get to the proper places on the field.
2nd down following the run. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And Davis with it left side. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. They'll look to throw here on first down. It's complete to Parker, left side. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Offense staying ahead of the chains here, 2nd and 3. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Play clock winding down. They'll look to throw here. And he's got Miller. With the former Volunteer Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Titans with the football here to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone. And the back goes into motion. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Quick pass play there on the slant, Charles. Works out well for the offense.
The offense loves it. The defender hates it. Hard to get through the body of the receiver to get to the football trying to cover a slant. We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level.
And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. Emmitt Smith taking it in. And the Titans are able to strike for 6. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
On first down is Brady. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
And got his man complete. And he'll take it down deep into Tennessee territory. A huge play there for Houston. 69 yards. And the Titans going to signal for a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Now Brady finding time. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone. Larry Fitzgerald was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. So incomplete on first. Let's see what 2nd down has in store. Brady to throw again. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, get into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. A minute 59 to go in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. Now they'll run it on the toss. Down to the 25. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're not doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Here's Procise. And he's going to lose yards. They take it. Now another timeout here called by the Titans. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now the Texans are going to call on the field goal unit. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. And Gano's kick is right through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So after the pick, they can't capitalize for 6, but they do get 3.
And I know in this situation, most of us want to focus on the offense. You know what side of the ball I played on. Let's give that defense a lot of credit. Taking it over in a sudden change situation and shutting them down.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Titan offense now working their way back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And he goes in motion here in the backfield. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off.
Damn, it's my fault. Man, dude,
Great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5. And now out comes Houston. And last time able to get 3. That's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. 2nd and goal as the offense looks to try to punch it in. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and goal. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Shot here from the 2 as as they come up on 3rd and goal. Now they want it on the toss. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown.
He got all contact, man.
A great
Man,
play
that's my
there.
fault.
Taking it in from a yard out. And the Texans have taken the lead. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They come up in an offset eye. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. 2nd down following the incompletion. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. They go play action here on 1st down. He's got time. Going deep this time for Miller. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
The final shot before half for Brady. Now they go screen.
Oh, man, this game is so broke, man.
Got 3-1 tackle, but
oh, man, that's my say.
First half in the books. You're watching the
Yeah,
NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And complete to Moncrief over the middle. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage. He'll look to throw. On the right side, this is Miller. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. Offense readies for a 2nd and 1. And he'll give it here to his running back. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give them 12 yards on that one. It earns them a fresh set of downs.
And that's a good sign right there as we start the third quarter. Because in the first half, not much space to run the football. And as we go into the half, we often think to ourselves, all right, what's the adjustment? What do they have to do? You know what a lot of the adjustments are? No adjustments. You know the game plan. Been working on it all week. Maybe a little tweak here or there, a little bit better blocking, and now you're establishing the running game. The defensive coordinator came into this game with a plan to get to the quarterback with whatever type of pressure is necessary. It's working to perfection for him today.
Second down now after the incompletion. The play clock's running down. Now he'll look to throw here. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Utah, Jackson. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
So after the INT, it's Brady. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
A lot of teams love to throw screen passes. They want to tire out defenses because they make them run a lot. But there are a lot of moving parts on a play for an offense when they call that one. Because you got the linemen that have to move. You got the wide receivers that have to get out and vacate. You got the running back that's got to make a little fake and then get out into the route. And of course, the quarterback, he's got to hold in there and know he's probably going to take a big hit before he lofts the screen off to the back. Why didn't he catch it? That's all he needed to do for them to be successful.
It's a loss of 2, now third down. And defensively, a dime look here. 6 DBs on 3rd and 12.
No surprise at all.
Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. The Texans send the punter out, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. Taking it about the 36. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does depending on why the interception was thrown.
This is caught inside the 15. A big play that time for the Titans. 45 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a 1st down.
And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Their big tight end taking it in. And the Titans are going to retake the lead.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker, sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. On 1st down, Brady. Going deep this time for Miller.
Oh!
He's got a man. Complete. He's at the 30. 10. 5. Touchdown, Houston. Braxton Miller. 88 yards. And the Texans have once again taken the lead.
Partner, you know what the real key is to stopping a good passing attack?
You tell me.
Being able to tackle as soon as a guy catches the football.
Didn't work out there.
No, because when you give up the big run after catch, the rack yardage, that puts your defense in a big-time stressful position.
A lot of rack yardage and a touchdown there on the big play. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front. Last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes, we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
One of the feature points of the end route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. They'll run it now out of the gun. Shreds the tackle. And able to use the stiff arm to gain leverage initially, but not much room thereafter. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because it's
intercepted.
Fucking drop, man.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now out comes Houston. Last time the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And not much there at all as he'll get this only up to about the 11. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So now it's 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look. 6 DBs. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
But we just saw him run the football really effectively there with 3 tight ends in the game. And any defensive coordinator, when they see that set, if they can get more bodies out onto the field, not more than 11, of course, but bigger bodies to combat what they're going to do, because that's a run-heavy formation. Those guys are out there to block 9 times out of 10, and in this case, they did it really successfully.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. And the Titans going to signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And the offense needs 7 out of this play on 3rd down. Back to throw, Brady. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. And this defense, they needed that one more stop to have any chance, but that completion, that's likely going to seal their fate.
And you could hear it in your voice, that one more stop.
Feel their pain.
Oh, it was so important. They just didn't get it done. Wow, what a way to finish this one off.
And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
And it's going to be a ton of opportunity for these young guys who usually don't get that opportunity this quick. They usually play in the 3rd or 4th preseason game, primarily in the 4th. Now they're playing off the bat. And unfortunately, it's going to be a little bit sloppy, too.
Which is what actually Todd Bowles called today's practice here with the Jets. A little bit sloppy. By the way, as for Ezekiel Elliott, Stephen Jones, vice president of the Cowboys, said last night that he expects a decision and an announcement on Ezekiel Elliott potential discipline for his off-field stuff within the next 2 weeks. Charlie Casserly, we talk Cowboys. We see the Cardinals here in the distance on this shot. They did not live up to expectations last year. Can they get back there this year? Hold on a second. Question said the Cowboys did not.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
I'll give you that one now. Okay. No, they did. It's a tough game to wait on the start there. I think it was a couple of things. First of all, people figured them out a little bit. They relied upon the deep pass in X amount of the game, and that was Bruce Arians. He called it. It didn't make any difference what the coverage was. He was going to throw deep. He made a lot of big plays here before. People came out and took away the big play. The way we did that right off the bat. And it's not that they were the only people who figured it out. That was the book on them. So, and the rest of the receivers began to get hurt. The deep ball wasn't there, and that gave them a lot. So, that was a
guy. The Philadelphia Eagles, John Newton, okay, when he was there as a quarterback, they cut him after minicamp. They cut him. He said he couldn't learn the system. Okay, he claimed him out of minicamp. First preseason game, for the first couple, he's touchdowns, kick returns, he's catching the ball, end up a long career. So there's guys who make plays end up being players and making the team. And some guys, Tony Romo. Hey, Tony Romo wasn't drafted, and it happens, all right? And he went to the Cowboys. He showed enough where, he began to have a career. Without 4 preseason games, Tony Romo would not have played for the Cowboys and would be broadcasting games right now.
I'm reminded that it's fitting because Terrell Davis is going over the hall on Saturday. He tells a great story. When he was a rookie with the Broncos, he didn't think he was making the team, had a tough field, barely got in the rotation, and they were even talking to him. And at halftime, matter of fact, before the game, he was trying to book a flight to go back home. He decided he was leaving. They convinced him to stay. He didn't get on the field in the first half, so he ate a couple of hot dogs at halftime. The second half began.
Barry Switzer or what?
They put him in there for the opening kickoff. He runs down the field. From that point on, got in the game, turned the ball a couple of times. Hey, but that's the kind of stuff you see in preseason games, Charlie. To your point, TD, a late round pick, ended up in the Hall of Fame. Speaking of the Hall of Fame, let's go. This is the Hall of Fame game. Steve White's live on the field at what's now called Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. Steve, as we see, Cowboys and Cardinals warming up here, set the stage for us, please, sir.
Okay, well, the shot you're looking at is some quarterbacks that we'll probably see tonight in midfield. It's Blaine Gabbert with the Arizona Cardinals. Looks like he's talking to Luke McCown. I'm not sure, but it looks like Luke McCown for the Cowboys. So they're having a little, meeting session saying, hey, let's go ahead and line it up tonight and prove that we deserve to be each team's number 3 quarterback. We're getting ready to pan over here to the left right now. And we're going to show you the Cowboys warming up steadily. You see Kellen Moore right here, the backup quarterback to Dak Prescott. He's probably going to be the starter for this game. He's going to get some throws in. We saw Des Bryant out here a little while ago doing some warm-ups, but I think he's just getting into a little bit of a lather. We're not expecting to see much, if any, of Des Bryant. Still haven't got full players in the Cowboys on exactly who's playing, but won't be too many guys. Walking in front of the camera right now, you see Tyron Smith, the starting left tackle for the Cowboys. Might come out here to get a little warm-up in. On the far right of the corner, I'm going to see if I can get our cameraman, if we can get to push through that shot in the Cardinals end zone. It's kind of tough for us to see, but it looks like Larry Fitzgerald, Antoine Bethea, Tyrann Mathieu are down that corner warming up. But clearly, Andrew, we've got these teams are on the field now. Everybody, you can really feel the vibe going. They got the music in the stadium going. A lot of game operations. People are here. I actually saw one of the injury tents. Remember, I was mentioning earlier, the 2 things that are going to debut tonight are the on-field replay and the injury tents. And I saw one of those on the Cowboys sideline. It hasn't been constructed yet. But that's where teams can pull injured players. Maybe the players are being examined for concussions in for privacy. So all of these things are getting set up right now. Given the energy is absolutely wrong, we're hearing about some traffic issues. Go ahead, Andrew.
I was going to say, we saw Kellen Moore out there before. You said likely starter. He's a pretty behind Kellen Moore. I can't imagine if he does start that he's playing much tonight, right?
Hard to tell. I mean, when I see the guys out there with the pads on, he's got pads in his pants right here.
Yo, what's your name? And he left right when I said yo. Damn, my fault, homie. I ain't paying attention. Can't hang with me. Yeah, my fault. I was so busy looking at the auction, I wasn't paying attention.
That led to Dak Prescott getting on the field, so he needs to get some game action. He didn't get a lot of preseason game action last year, so this is actually important to him just to actually get the feel of playing in a game again. So I would assume, Andrew, that he's going to get some playing time. We're going to swing a little further. See this guy here, the white windbreaker right here. This is Dak Prescott. He looks like he's going to be getting not even a good warm-up in. He's just kind of hanging out. You see with the offensive lineman, Travis Frederick, Tyron Smith is there. That's the guy who can protect Dak Prescott. It looks like they're just going to hang it out there, Andrew. And I think, again, that's where we're going to see the majority of the starters
Steve White's there. Thank you, sir, on the field as we see Jason Garrett practicing his drop back. I don't think he's going to play tonight. Cowboys and the Cardinals get ready for an 8 o'clock kickoff, Eastern time, that is, in Canton, Ohio, as we have the Hall of Fame game first to start Hall of Fame weekend. Cowboys and back there. Talk to Willie McGinnis to Dan Helly straight ahead on Inside Training Camp Live.
Inside Training Camp Live is presented by Mitsubishi Motors, a century of innovation.
Yeah, so you this ain't
Birthday gift to Tom Brady, a Cowboys Cardinals countdown. What to look for, who to look for in the Hall of Fame game. Plus, Stephen Jones on Jerry Jones. Tonight, 7 Eastern. Hall of Fame weekend begins. Franklin State Center Stadium, the class of 2017, received their iconic gold jackets. The gold jacket ceremony, tomorrow at 9, only on the NFL Network. Inside Training Camp Live, and you are looking at the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio. The Hall of Heaven, as the Red Bulls called it. Canadian Tomlinson, Jason Taylor, among the class of 2017. Kenny Easley's wins over Drew Warner is heading to the Hall of Fame. Terrell Davis brings his two parties with him, and Morton Anderson brings his left foot there. Jerry Jones as well. A great weekend it will. And this year, the Hall of Fame weekend starts off with the game. Steve Smith, Charlie Castle, Amanda Siciliano on the bottom right of your screen there. Dan Kelly and Willie McGinnis in camp high above that stadium. Hello, gentlemen. Hey, guys, very much looking forward to tonight's game. Willie's just been doing a little scouting on the field. What do you see about it?
Yeah, for the veterans that are not playing for the Arizona Cardinals, and Steve can attest to this, the veterans or starters are not really being put on pass, but guess what? They got to do conditioning before the game. So you see split offensive groups, the O-line and D-line are together, the defensive backs and linebackers and receivers, all the guys that are not playing in the game, in fact, are doing and having conditioning prior to. That's going to be their conditioning for the day.
Well, we know that the starters for the Cardinals not going to be playing. If there are some starters for the Cowboys that are playing, it's going to be in a very limited capacity. I know there's a lot of guys that you're anxious to see. Starters or not, some of the young guys certainly want to make
especially for the
Cowboys. There's some guys that this year's draft and last year's draft at the corner position. Tito, Anthony Brown, I know Jordan Lewis is out. Mark Cash White. There's some guys that have an opportunity to play right away from the Dallas Cowboys because of the loss of all the veterans in the secondary position. And not only am I excited to see there's really a competition at one of those corner spots. I assume that Orlando Scandler is going to start at one of those corners because he's 100% healthy. But on that right side, they got Nolan Carroll penciled in. And from talking to Jason Garrett and being at practice and seeing how the reps have been distributed, I think Anthony Brown and Gino Uzi is going to challenge him and compete for that other corner spot. And then the guy who doesn't win that position is probably going to move into the slot and start in the slot.
He had a chance to talk to Jason Garrett about Anthony Brown during training camp. Asked him what he liked so much about this young corner who's in his second year. Late round draft pick last year, saw some action. He said, I like everything about him. He's so versatile that they can move him all over the field. So, to your point, if he doesn't win that starting corner job, then he can be the nickel corner who can work out in the slot. He can really work anywhere.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I'm excited about that. I don't know how much time Charlton is going to play tonight. He's another guy that's much needed on this front seven, defensive front. A guy they're looking for that war daddy. We keep using that term. Somebody that can be disruptive in the run and the passing game. Watched him a little bit in the one-on-ones against Lyle Collins. He definitely needs those reps. And he's the first round pick that they expect to come in and kind of get those sacks and put pressure on the quarterback. So I don't know how many reps he's going to get, but he definitely needs those reps.
Let's talk about the Arizona Cardinals for a minute, looking to rebound after a down year. There's been a lot of talk about could this be Carson Palmer's final year? Could this be Bruce Arians' final year in Arizona? Arians said starter's not going to play at all. But the young guys, including his first round draft pick, Hassan Reddick, is going to see some time. Reddick's not going to time, but he's going to be on the field.
Well, I think you got to understand that these young guys have never been in a situation of playing in the NFL game with speed. It's good to be in the rooms, the meeting rooms, and look at the X's and O's. Like you hear a lot of players say, those X's and O's don't move when you get out on the field. So this is the first live action. All the plays that's been instilled, they have to go out now and put this on the playing field. You'll see different things happen on the field that you won't see in practice. You'll see a lot of adjustments being made, and this is an opportunity for young draft first and second year players and players that haven't had a lot of playing time to go out there and get a taste of what real football is like for the first time.
A couple other guys you're really looking forward to seeing, Buda Baker,
Yeah, Buda Baker definitely is the guy that they drafted because of the injuries, and then they got him penciled in behind Tyrann Mathieu, which tells me he's going to do a lot of different things. He can play safety. He's going to cover those tight ends and backs. They play a guy like that, like Tyrann, in the box. They bring him on blitz zones and different things like that. You can use him in a lot of different ways, very versatile as well. And then Robert Nkemdiche is another guy that I think they really need to see because they're losing Lance Campbell. He is the guy that they drafted last year high that can make a difference on that front seven, and they're going to need his pass rush ability and his run stopping ability in that defense if they want to be consistent.
A guy they picked up via free agency from Pittsburgh Steelers, Jarvis Jones.
Yes. Jarvis Jones is a good pass rusher. I talked to Ryan Shakespeare, Pittsburgh Steelers linebacker. There's something he said that Jarvis has a lot of ability. He just needs to stay healthy, and he just didn't work out for him in that system. He's a really good player. He brings a lot of value to this Cardinals team. Talk about pass rushing coming off the edge. Talk about linebacker, stand-up guy that's physically big, strong, that can play the run. But again, you got to stay healthy, and you got to be available if you're going to keep an holding position in the NFL.
Blaine Gabbert going to get a lot of money for quarterback for the Arizona Cardinals tonight. We will not be seeing Carson Palmer. Remember Blaine Gabbert in San Francisco last year kind of resurrected his career to a certain extent here, trying to solidify a job with the Arizona Cardinals. So there's a lot going on, guys, in terms of position battles tonight. So plenty to look forward to. We heard Steve Smith talking about special teams. As you guys all know, that's where a lot of jobs are won and lost on teams.
Exactly, guys. And speaking for the group, I feel amazingly underdressed, but I'm not upset about that at all. I kind of like the guys that this team's going to act, which is also tomorrow Giants game. Steve, Charlie talked before about first impressions as a GM. Talk to me as a veteran player on the sideline tonight. You're not going to play this game. You're Des Bryant, you're whoever. You're a Dak Prescott. You're watching. You want to be the GM?
does the young man shy away now that the lights are on? There's a lot of times what happens, you see guys make play after play on the field. No one's around. When things are less valuable, nothing, fools go. And all of a sudden, the lights come on. Is he home? And a lot of times that doesn't happen. A lot of times the young guys get intimidated with a lot of the lights coming on. Now all of a sudden the guy who is fighting for a job all of a sudden moves up from third to second. And all of a sudden he's playing. When he thought he wasn't going to play, all of a sudden, hey, there's Ryan is playing. That means his backup is starter. And the backup starter is now to say, hey, that's me. They're saying, hey, give to Johnny, I'm Johnny. They are starting to see now that they're going to play. How do they handle that pressure? And as a veteran, you can see in the eyes of guys, you can see, do they feel confident? And there's some guys, they just don't care. They're playing with house money. They already don't supposed to be there anyway. So they're like, man, screw it. I'm going to go out there and balls to the wall. And then there's some young guys out there that Similac, tripping out their ears. They don't know which way is up. And it's going to be tough on them. There's some guys out there, they're just going to ball. They're going to do the job because they have that careless attitude and they're ready to play.
Real quick, you remember your first preseason?
Yes.
Where was it?
Jacksonville running down for a touchdown.
You scored?
I scored. Also, they had to take me in and try to give me 2 IVs because I was cramping. That and my heart.
There is a first step on a great career. Maybe somebody will take a similar first step tonight here. Tony Dungy is there. But all the Hall of Fame. Marcus Weir there coming up again. Next, back to Canton inside Training Room Live.
Starting to look pretty good. Stay. Hey, I know. You gotta hear me, y'all. Welcome to our Super Bowl 50 baby shower. What are we doing here? I don't know from the flame, but what are you guys gonna do for the Super Bowl again? This is exploding sauce. This is like what? Yeah, stuff.
Like what, nigga? Like it ain't nothing. She the one all happy and cheesy and like, yeah. You know, what's a fucking player? Uncle's a fucking player, man. I swear. I swear. I swear. I swear. Uncle's so smooth, bro. Okay, so smooth. Yeah, so smooth. I tell you that. Yo, chill, bro. You'll see bros like this. Actually, you'll see this shit here. I just don't know where it's at. It's for over here. I got a piece of block. I better I'll shoot this. That's the running backs. Yes, Bueno, Oh, in the first. I'll be back.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
Ey yo, ich hab so das Gefühl, dieser Tag könnte dope. Reiß alle Fenster raus und
What's your problem? What's your attitude? What's your attitude? Bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. You're so silly, you silly monkey, silly monkey, silly monkey, silly monkey. Kitty, 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 kitty.
Every great moment in our history began with a dream. Each bold leap forward was achieved by those willing to do anything to attain it. We are, all of us, leaving behind families, homes, the very birthplace of our species. Some for discovery, to see the unknown. Others for a new start. But today, whatever our reasons, we take the first steps toward a new future for humanity. Today, we begin to make our dream reality.
deep breaths.